in my opinion, because if you want to explain the whole thing, it takes a lot longer. But yeah, so we have the beginning of the universe and the beginning of life. Now, my question for you, Tommy, is what do you think about the connections between us on a psychological level and the world at a physical level?
Okay, so for one,
Do they have anything to do with each other? I think they do. I think there's something real deep down there that touches our soul that has something to do with this universe and how it was created.
okay,
Because why would life appear? Why would anything have a drive to stay alive? Nothing's like that in physics.
okay. So your whole question is why would life?
No.
No.
How does our brain at a psychological level compare to the universe at a physical level?
Hey. Well, okay, hold on. How do we, as like humans, with our brain?
How are we like the universe? Like, or are we the furthest thing from the universe?
So
I guess we're just the crazy experiment of the universe that just hates the universe. People tend to hate the world a lot.
So the question, so what you're trying to ask is,
I'm asking is how it's so.
How does our mental like state of mind and like just our way of thinking and like all that stuff, how does that apply to the universe? How did why did it happen?
Not why did. Well, kinda, but not really. What I'm trying to ask is, our consciousness at a psychological level, like what we think, what we say, what we do, how is that connected, and how does that compare, and how does it correlate to the universe and how it works and the way it was formed?
So how does our perception as humans apply? Like,
how does it apply to the way the universe works? Does it at all?
Okay. Okay. Let's back up a bit first. So, I just want to go over what you said just like.
Okay, go ahead.
So, you say that time had to exist before space, yes?
No, I didn't say that. I said that time and space had to exist before the Big Bang.
No, because the way the Big Bang works is that nothing created something.
I don't think so.
It was an infinitely small point. But
that doesn't mean that nothing was around it, you know? There had to be some form of energy.
It literally was
some,
like, it was in,
yeah, dude. There had to be at some point,
it was in a void space. It was in negative space. It was like a null. It's not even that. It's in null space. Oh, it could be negative.
Yeah,
but it's less than zero.
How do you know that was the case?
In the way that our universe is, and the way that we perceive it, we see it in positive because we're moving forward. Light's positive. Everything, that we see things as positive. Just like things are moving in a forward direction, right? That's how we perceive things.
Yeah.
We see things moving forward. So you can argue that the way that since everything is expanding, we're past the point where we're either going towards something or like we are actually like expounding from something. And as far as we know, we are coming away from something. So you could argue that point zero, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is absolute nothing. And then all of a sudden stuff started happening. Right?
You couldn't argue that there was nothing happening before the Big Bang because you would have no comprehension of what happened before the Big Bang.
The time that we see our universe actually starting at point zero, it could be a point like on a different timeline as well. It could be there could be something bigger, Mm-hmm. But as far as our perception of what everything that we can perceive of as the known universe, it started at a single point and moved, right?
Yeah.
That's the time that we all care about. We don't care about anything else at this point because nothing else matters. We don't see why something else would matter besides the creation of everything that we know.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what scientists agree. Like, there doesn't really matter what happened before the Big Bang because that's all that there is.
All that really matters to us is that time did not exist without the space that is currently inhabiting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
There's nothing to.
There's nothing to track. And there's nothing to track. Why? Like.
Without information, nothing exists.
Yes.
You need information.
Yes, and the whole okay, have you ever seen the show that Neil whatever his face did? That Seth MacFarlane produced, I think, or something like that. It was based off of Carl Sagan's original show. He redid it.
Really?
Yeah.
He redid that show?
He did, yeah.
I gotta go watch this.
It's on Netflix, dude. Or Hulu, one of the. I think it's on Netflix though. But yeah, no, it's literally about the whole universe, and he goes around in his little starship and shit, and says, "Hey, this is how everything was made, and according to science." He gave a general science lecture to everybody because apparently everybody needed to learn science again because they didn't know it because science has changed so much. And honestly, are you fucking kidding me? Why I hate education, but that's a different topic. Anyways, so what they are literally doing in any science aspect when they're describing something that's scientifical, right? All they're saying scientifical. All they're trying to do is saying this is the stuff this is the information that we've cataloged, and here's the new information about everything that we know. Everything's a piece of information. If we can see it, if we can perceive something, if we can know of its existence, then it matters. And it's nice to know how the universe works, because if you know how the universe works, you know how to this is the stuff we can do and all that stuff.
That's how it connects to human beings.
And
because we can use that information.
Of course. Now, with creating planets and all that stuff that you were talking about, the reason why our solar system and everything, the way that it formed, it was by pure luck and chance. It really was. You look at the most basic equations, and sometimes you hit numbers, sometimes you don't, and you literally can plan it out, right? So unless the whole reason why everything was created is some sort of experiment, then it was by complete chance.
Yeah.
Unless there was some math unless somebody actually tried to manipulate it into a way that things happened that we got here, we don't know that, and as far as we know, we can't perceive that. So. At this point in time, we don't know of a God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah,
He can exist, but at this point in time, there's no theory on it. It would be nice to think that something's, like that, but, I don't know. It's too big of a concept, and it doesn't matter in this situation.
Doesn't really matter. But I like how we connected the Big Bang.
But you also know that, NASA found, 3 Earths that we can move to, because they can inhabit, the whole 8 new planets and all that shit, a new solar system we're supposed to be going to go, yeah, we're pioneers of, the space and all that stuff, We're turning sci-fi into science. It's pretty cool. Anyways, but we don't see life on that planet, on those planets, at least not yet, or anything like that.
They probably have life.
Well,
definitely.
But, moving
in a different form.
Well,
I guarantee it.
We
know life existed on Mars, we just haven't